Well, hello and welcome to episode 6 in our forever world. Today, as you see in the last episode, we started building building out a bit of a village here. Today, I want to add some more to that. Specifically, so far, we got ourselves place for masons, slime farm, the tree farm that I'm standing on top of. We got a little bit of a we got a crop farm there. Nice little animal barn. I do want to add a place for like horses. I got ourselves a donkey. Might breed a few horses, get a mule, that sort of thing. Honestly, I don't know how much I use them, but I do like the ambiance of them. And naturally speaking, we got the main house. Now, what I didn't factor into when I started building this terrain is kind of the limiting factor of the size of some of the buildings can be without me having to, again, completely re-terraform the area. So while these are, I guess, are major structures, a lot of the things I'm going to be building down in the pit are going to be considerably smaller than these. So naturally won't take up as many resources. One of the things I'm kind of debating, I think it would look cool, but that would probably be an episode within itself, would be to put a wall around this. Kind of like a castle wall or something, but that's massive. I might chip away a little here, a little there at it. And again, it's going to take an absurd amount of material. Again, I do also kind of want it to have similar sort of vibe to this. So, being the fact that I was silly and decided to go with things like diorite, pale oak. The pale oak's not too bad to get. The diorite, kind of a pain. And calcite is just ridiculous, which would be a nice little texture to it, I guess. But I mean, I'm sure there's easier ways to get it than just basically crack it open geodes. But I don't think I've ever found myself a nice little sliver of it before. Oh, by the way, can we appreciate? I never realized when I built that and put all those frog lights inside of it, how it kind of makes the corners glow where the walls are. Kind of gives it a nice bit of aura. Yeah, as I was saying, I've never really, I don't think out of all the years I've played this, that I've ever actually found like a sliver of, I've seen other YouTube videos of people like get calcite out of a mountain, like where kind of like just a track. I've never found that. Or if I did, I never recognized it when I was flying by it. There is something I do want to check out though. I did come across in my travels, in the last video I noticed while editing, a couple of trail ruins, which I kind of forgot existed. I mean, I know you get them from, you can get some cool little things from there, like armor trims, and I don't think sniffer eggs come from them. I think you can only get those in the ocean things. But I want to do a little bit of exploring and see about finding a few of those. But that is going to involve me having to make a brush. So I'm gonna see about getting some stuff together and go out hunting for one. And if I find one, I'll join back up with you then. All right, appears we found one. Well, I guess we go looking for suspicious sand or gravel. I guess I think it's gravel. Suspicious gravel that would be here. Right off the top. Ooh, malicious suspect. Alright, I think it might be a while before we find anything good. What got here? Candle. I don't remember what you get out of these. Like, the trail ruins. I know there's like armor trims. Like, oh, ooh, like this one. Which one is this? No, I have that. Razor. Okay. I want to also say you get, oh god, what is it? It's on the tip of my tongue. Dub 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 shards. Yeah, so let's see what we get to here. I mean, I don't know if I've ever really had much luck getting anything of extreme value other than just getting the armor trims, which... Nice little collectible. Alright, well that adventure didn't yield the results I was hoping for, but... Did get a couple of new shards. The snort and the angler. Interestingly enough, I have all of these other ones. I don't think I might have done this off camera. It was like really early on, it's where I got most of the copper from. Turns out, like, in my adventures of mining, underneath the base here, there's a, it's easier to just go in a free cam, because I don't remember. Yeah, big hole here. There is a, trial chamber directly under our base. Now, when I originally looked at it, I wasn't, found it by accident, and, I didn't get a chance to record it. And I clearly, obviously, just harvested a bunch of copper from it. Either way, I will find another one and do, like, a proper trial chamber experience. I do have to get myself a bit sorted. Oh, what else? I forgot, what else did we get? We got, Century, which I think it was from, a couple of the shipwrecks. Oh no, the Century was the... Where did I get the Century? I don't remember. It was that, from the Pillager outposts. Coast from the shipwrecks. The Razor from one of the trail ruins. So, yeah, all in all, a pretty... Not a bad take. Just not what I set out looking for, which to be honest, I'm not sure what that is. At this point. I mean, I guess a sniffer rig would have been nice. Preferably a pair of them, but I had a whole bunch of those anyway. Yeah, those must have been from shipwrecks. Yeah, so I think the only new one we got was the Razor. Yeah. Yeah, no, maybe I'll go out at a later point in time and zoom around and see what else I can dig up. But, yeah, outside of that, I probably will wind up going back out, see if I can find something else. Maybe go on maybe later at a later date, get a proper exploration and to look for all these armor trims and whatnot. But for now, do have some more buildings I would like to add. I need to come up with a plan as to where I'm putting them, and then we could get to build. So I'll see you back once I get a few things laid down. Alright, well now that we built a few things, we got... Taking a little tour, it'll show you what we made. It's nothing too fancy just yet. Just a couple little trading tents. These will, right now they're just kind of like placeholders. We'll wind up putting villagers in a trading booth in here. But, I do have a whole bunch I gotta move around in there. But the ones that are in the breeder right now, I have other plans for at the moment. It's gonna take a decent amount of villagers for, similar to what we did, in the Mason hut. I have, say the main visual area for that specific type of trader above ground, but they'll probably have a bulk trading hall underground. But this over here, is for getting, flowers, actually, a little flower farm. This is pretty simple. Just basically, bone meals the grass, shifts it back and forth, and the flowers will pop off, and then we pick them up manually. Now, I'll show you the little guts. This is fairly simple. It's basically, it's a bunch of observers, hooked up to some pistons that, essentially watch back and forth. And then just one signal that comes along, passes through, hits the dispenser. Some trial and error, because I mean there are other ways to make this. I have noticed it's taken me some trial and error to get the effect that I'm looking for. I didn't really follow any kind of tutorial for this. Sure, somebody's made this before. I wouldn't be surprised. Obviously, it's fairly simple. There might even be better ways to do this. I don't know. But sometimes, especially for the simple redstone things, I'd rather just wing it. But I'll show you how it works. Wait, wrong one. A little back and forth, a little back and forth. And then, kind of just gotta click it multiple times to stop it. I mean, I'm sure there's more effective methods. Now, what I probably should have done, in terms of finding a location for this, I just kind of picked it based on, where I thought the building would look best. Not the smartest move, especially since, at least in Java anyway, believe your you bone meal an area, and that's pretty much the flowers that are gonna come up in that area. You know, so I mean, if you don't get, say if all you get there, after multiple times is just nothing but dandelions or poppies, that's all you're ever gonna get. It did luck out, however, because I don't really need the dandelions or the poppies, at least for the red dye, because, well, we have the rose farm and the sunflower farm in the basement. Or, I don't know if you call it a farm, but whatever. So, I mean, realistically, I don't need those. We just turn those into bone meal. The same thing with the seeds. This is definitely not self-sufficient. But we get a good amount of bones from the mob farm, so we don't really have to worry about it that much. Mostly what I'm interested in is the stuff for the light gray dyes and the blue dye. There are other flowers that I would like to get, but they're not really necessary. I mean, realistically, we got all the primary colors. Yeah, I'm gonna get to work getting some stuff I need for the other buildings, and then I'll see you back here when that's all taken care of. Yeah, right. Now that we got this all built, I said I was putting brewers in here. I originally thought on doing like blacksmiths or something, but I don't know. I'll probably shove them in one of the tents. Not entirely sure, but I'll give you a little bit of a tour. Um, I don't know if this keeps them out, so for now I just kind of got the trapdoors flipped up. They do look like they're always trying to escape. But inside it's pretty modest. Just a couple of beds, you know, a little bit of a kitchenette, similar to, forgot a piece, similar to, our other builds on the interior. But the real kicker to this is actually what's underneath. Uh, when we come down here, we have ourselves, 30 villagers. All brewers. Set up to, we got them all, like, maxed out on trades, which was fairly easy. I had a whole lot of rotten flesh left over from the mob farm from AFK over there that I didn't really, I knew I was going to wind up doing something with it, so I didn't really throw it out. I had, like, what was it, like 7 or 8 shulker boxes, and then, I just took some gold from the gold farm to, send it over the top. But now these guys will give us everything from redstone to glowstone to bottles of enchanting. Now, being affected there's 30 of them in here, you get 12 per round uh, of trading. 2 rounds of trading a day, if I'm not mistaken. Which I should equate to about 1,400 pieces of redstone dust per day, which is more than enough to satisfy our needs for the moment. I don't think I'll need anything too crazy, at least in the short term. I don't really have any crazy redstone builds planned. Now, the one downside is, moving all of those guys down there did deplete pretty much every villager I have. I did have to, I have been breeding, so I do have a few more now. I will have to throw some food in there. I forgot was just during the building, I don't know if I showed it in a time lapse or not. It's, well, at this point in time, I didn't get around to editing that. Anyway, I did get taken out by, an iron golem that I was trying to remove from our caves underneath. And I had a, ender pearl stasis chamber underneath of that to, sure I don't actually always have to have that loaded to get the villagers to grow up. Lost a lot of time on that. I also had, have one at our iron farm and, lost out on a good production of iron in the process, too. However, I think our little, village here is coming together. We do have some more spots for some other builds to keep in our general area. Like I said, I still gotta get something for librarians. But once I figure that out, I'll meet back up with you then. Alright? A little bit of an editor's note. We did have a problem with zombies getting into our villagers, turning them into zombies. We lost one on the upper floor. He also did get his hands on my armor and sword. Good thing I put those trapdoors in. I don't know how they got in. Probably jumped over the trapdoor. We did have a few get downstairs as well. They did decide to just convert them as well because it was easier to bring in new ones, and at least we'll get better trades. Yeah, right. Well, I was kind of in the middle of doing things when I was rudely interrupted, but now that we built this house, I'll take you through it, and I'll show you something else that I was working on also in the meantime. This is fairly basic. This is going to be a space for librarian villagers. Right now I don't have any of the job boxes or job blocks in here that I'm going to use for decoration other than the lecterns. I'm probably not, after a lesson learned the hard way, not going to put the villagers in here for a little bit. Yeah, I wanted to give it like a little whimsical feeling with a, I forgot we had a dog. Kind of like a little, sort of tower on the back, you know? Obviously didn't want to go too massive, you know, try to keep some of this feeling like it's a sort of scale. Ignoring that for our librarians, and I will gonna wind up doing what I did with the masons and the brewers, and I will have a little trading hall underneath, but that one's going to take a while to get set up. What I was doing also was putting a sorting system onto our tree farm. Now, instead of it just going into like 3 little hoppers, we got it coming up, going down into our basement here, which we go downstairs. We now have sorting for each individual thing that I think this farm could produce, aside from the mushrooms, because I didn't think about that till after I'd already dug this out, and, well, we're starting to, like, get to the edge of the terrain, and I wasn't ripping all of this down to take it down, to dig it deeper, so, you know, we got a bit of overflow protection here, or where our mushrooms can go, and, that's perfectly fine by me. In this episode, I'm not really getting around to the librarians underneath. That's kind of one of those things that just trade, you know, constantly resetting the trades is going to be an absolute endeavor. It's kind of one of those things I'll just set up in between episodes. There is, however, one more thing I would like to do today, and if we go home, I'll show you. I think it's time we update the map. So, our last update was at what, 6:34, after we had just finished the terraforming. It is now day 870, and I think we got a pretty decent little village going on here. So yeah, I'm going to update the map, or not update those maps, those are locked. We'll draw up new maps and see how the progression of this terrain has gone. So I'll go and do that, then I'll see you back here once I get the next 9. All right. Yeah, right, here we go. Got ourselves our map. Now, let's see what it looks like. That is, yeah, we've added quite a bit of buildings to it. Kind of hard to believe we've gone from basically this to this, all within 872 days. I mean, I'm sure other people could do it faster, to be honest. Just add the final touches. And there we go. So yeah, we could see our progression going along quite nicely. Either way, that's where I'm going to wind up cutting it off today. I hope you really enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like and perhaps maybe subscribe for some more content, and I'll see you again in the next one. Goodbye.